Hello, everyone.
Hello, Master.
Today, we'll continue our discussion on this intriguing and mysterious topic. Topics like fate and coincidence are surely deep. There are many things to learn about. For instance, before an incident, there often are signs. Sometimes, those with divine protection receive certain messages. For example, an eyelid twitch, tripping over a stone when stepping out, accidentally hurting your gum while brushing teeth, or getting fingers caught when closing a door, not being able to find the car keys, or the car not starting, facing obstacles right at the doorstep, or a deflated tire. All these are messages, omens. However, those who receive the message, even without worshipping deities, they may be protected by past family virtues or spiritual deeds. Therefore, we often need to relax our mind. As you head out, ensure your mind is at peace. Don't start your morning with discomfort or arguments. Once intense emotions arise, it's easy to overlook the messages from the deities. Yes, because you're too caught up in anger. A serene and calm state makes it easier to receive such insights. Only then can you gradually sense and understand. This is especially important. So maintain a peaceful and calm mindset. Only then can you receive these revelations and inspirations. In fact, in our daily lives, we often handle various matters and encounter a mix of good and bad events. It's about whether you have the opportunity to receive these messages. The world's miracles are countless, beyond description. Take the blessing of Guanyin Bodhisattva, for example. Most Chinese have received the blessings of Guanyin Bodhisattva. Being blessed by Guanyin Bodhisattva is auspicious. The legendary Guanyin Bodhisattva hears and responds to the suffering. This comes from her great vow of compassion. As long as you offer reverence and make offerings to her, occasionally chant her holy name, or the 6-syllable mantra, and so on, you will receive help. In ancient times, after the Tang dynasty, people also chanted the Dharni Sutra and the Dharni mantra. These were also mantras of Guanyin Bodhisattva. Chanting these allows one to connect with Guanyin Bodhisattva. There are so many miraculous and astounding events when you're blessed. Why don't you two share your thoughts?
All right, Master. Speaking of situations during major disasters, some are fortunate to escape unscathed, while others are less fortunate. We reviewed many cases and stories in the last couple days. Today, I'm going to share with everyone another real-life case. This true event has also been reported in the media and newspapers. It is uploaded on YouTube as well. Let's take a look at this case. This took place back in 1993 in California. It's in Southern California, Orange County. There's a place called Laguna Beach. Right. A huge fire broke out in this area. California is prone to earthquakes and fires. Like, in January 2025, there were fires and strong winds, which caused even greater disasters. The fire in 1993 was extremely large as well. Over 700 homes were destroyed. This disaster struck Orange County at that time. It was the most severe natural disaster since 1938. It started with a spark, and then strong winds came. So the wind fueled the fire, intensifying it. The flames spread incredibly fast. When the fire started, it consumed a house every 15 seconds on average. It was that severe. During the rescue efforts, the firefighters gave it their all. They battled fiercely against the blaze. Over 6,000 firefighters teamed up. Yet, within 2 to 3 days, almost the entire community was reduced to ashes. Despite this massive fire, with around 700 houses damaged, only a few, 4 or 5 homes, remained unscathed. One of those homes, depicted in the image we see now, is particularly striking with its white walls and red roof. You can see that its neighbors, and homes from several streets behind, were all burnt down. Only that house was unaffected. And there isn't even a trace of blackening.
Right, not even a bit of smoke damage. With such intense heat, how could it still retain its color?
Not a single change in color. But look, the sides around it are all ruins. Yes, so this house stood out remarkably. Later, it was called the Miracle House by the Los Angeles Times. Indeed, that's what it was called. Look, here's the news report. Everyone was extremely surprised. Not only was the house unscathed, without any trace of smoke or burn marks, but the lawn remained green as well.
What a miracle!
While others had homes that were completely destroyed. This house did have some issues, though not without any at all. 2 windows had their outer glasses shattered.
It's not that much.
Right, the inner layer was okay. So basically, there's no issue.
What about the furniture?
Good question. Even the firefighters was puzzled. We're talking about experienced firefighters. At that time, temperature exceeded 1000 degrees Celsius. It could probably melt steel, master. At least it could easily fire ceramics. With such high temperatures, maybe the concrete wouldn't catch fire. But inside the houses, the furniture, like the sofas, floors, curtains, bedsheets, and carpets, in such high temperatures, they usually get roasted and naturally catch fire.
That means, at such high temperatures, even if the outer wall is concrete or steel, things inside the house would still be unaffected.
Catching fire, right?
Yeah, these fabric-like materials should have caught fire naturally.
But this house remained unscathed. Even the curtains were intact.
It's truly a miracle.
So we have to analyze it bit by bit. There were people saying that that house might not be in the path of the fire, or the wind could have changed the course of the fire. That's why it survived. But they still couldn't explain how the house survived, while all the houses around it burned down. Nobody had the answer for this.
Divine help is the only answer.
If not, how could you answer this?
Right.
So, what exactly happened?
On the video that was just shown, the neighbor's house was on fire. The white-colored house was fine, but its left neighbor is on fire.
If you're saying that the wind is blowing to the left, then how did the house to the right also get burned down?
Is it built exceptionally strong?
You guessed it. So, after the fire, many people, the government included, analyzed the situation. They needed to learn from this experience. How should houses be built in the future? How should community facilities be improved? This miraculous house was being studied by the local fire safety committee, as well as some architectural associations. From a scientific perspective, the house was a great reference. If a house is to be fire resistant, it's best to have it built using non-combustible materials. That's cement, not wood.
Of course.
As we know in North America, the vast majority of single houses, residential homes, not the high-rise buildings, but the apartments 1 to 4 stories high, have structures made of wood.
In North America, one of the regulations state that buildings under 6 stories are usually made of wood.
Cement is used when buildings are above 6 stories.
The same goes for buildings 10 stories or higher.
Because of its load-bearing and other factors, wood has its advantages: it's relatively light, and it's locally sourced. Moreover, it's more earthquake-resistant.
It's flexible.
It has flexibility, but it's not fire-resistant.
In places like the US, including Canada, when a wildfire starts, it spreads widely. It affects forests in cities, burning houses one after another.
In recent years, here in BC, Canada, we experienced summer wildfires due to droughts. A whole town could be burned down so quickly. It's such a pity.
Fire, fanned by strong winds, engulfs everything so quickly. It takes just over 10 seconds to burn down a house.
Yes, within 15 seconds, a house is gone.
Unbelievable.
Right.
It's fiercer than a machine gun.
The video we watched was from back then. There's one from January 2025. When people saw the news reports, the fire spread so quickly with the wind. The firefighters' water streams were just like a drop in the bucket.
They didn't help the situation at all.
Even helicopters dropping water were utterly ineffective.
You can't save a burning forest with a bag of water.
Right.
It's useless.
So firstly, for fire prevention, the building materials must be fire-resistant. The roof, too, should be fireproof. But here, we have wooden roofs. And it's always like this, yes. Anyway, back to this miraculous house. The house's construction materials were being studied at that time. Let's move on. Let's get to know this family. The house belonged to Bui. He is an engineer. The man in the photo was in his 40s. He is of Vietnamese descent but grew up and was educated in Germany. He's the founder of his construction company. The miraculous house we spoke about earlier was built by him in 1990. He built it 3 years before the fire. He's an expert in construction materials. The couple migrated from Germany to the US. When choosing where to live, he conducted a research. He knew the area was prone to fires, earthquakes, and landslides. Looking at the picture just now, the entire community was built on the hillside. So, when he built it, the materials he chose for the house and the foundation laid were very solid to prevent fire, earthquakes, and landslides.
Is that why it wasn't burnt down at that time?
Let's get to know their family first. He is of Vietnamese descent. Then he grew up in Germany, where he met his wife, Doris Bender. His German wife had some kind of psychic energy. She was a spiritual healer. She healed unblessed people.
I see.
She helped people with her spiritual energy. She had some kind of psychic energy, right? And this couple has raised 4 children. So 6 people lived in this house. The husband's father was a monk in Vietnam.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. He was a Buddhist. So, he studied Buddhism and understood some concepts of it. That's how he's different than the rest. So, in 1990, when this house was being built, the owner's father, the monk, came to the construction site. Even before the house was built, he came to bless the house. He performed an overall blessing.
How was this blessing done?
Master, it's a common practice that before we build a house or do something important, we all perform a land appeasement ritual. This means asking the local deities to protect us and asking the malevolent spirits or evil entities to leave us alone. Yes, to pacify them, so everything goes your way. This is how we pacify the land. They performed a purification ritual, which involves chanting spells over water. The blessed water is then sprinkled around the land to soothe the malevolent spirits, and also to honor the benevolent spirits for protection. This is done around the foundation and courtyard. At the crucial stage of construction, China has a ritual called raising the main beam. It's the raising of the main beam to the roof, the most critical point. They also call this tiling the roof. Before the final tiles are placed, the owner's father came again for blessings. He was making offerings and chanting. Then, he placed 2 sutras on a tile of the roof.
It's like a protective measure for the house.
A ritual was performed.
Yes. We don't know every detail because we only watched clips. Perhaps only the old monk knew every detail.
Yes, it's challenging to explain. I think it's not merely about chanting and placing sutras.
He performed a purification blessing, right? He chanted mantra to bless the water, right? What mantra did he chant? It was the Great Compassion Mantra. That's the mantra of the 1000-Armanai Guanyin Bodhisattva.
It's somewhat similar to the Dharni Heart Mantra.
It's somewhat similar to the Dharni Heart Mantra.
He performed a ritual to bless the house with Guanyin Bodhisattva's protection.
At that time, there were actually some photos and records of the ritual. Neighbors mentioned that people did witness it. Many people came to attend this ceremony, which was quite grand and solemn. For this house to have survived, the primary reason was human effort. The building materials were indeed excellent. He spent a lot of money at the time. He used double-glazed windows. The walls on each floor were a foot thick, made of concrete. Such thick concrete.
Yes, a foot thick.
People laughed at him for spending so much. He wanted to build a very sturdy house. He knew the area was often hit by fires, earthquakes, and landslides. Right. From a human perspective, he did everything he possibly could. However, we also see that many houses in the community had fireproof materials, roofs, and double-glazed windows. Why did their outcome end up being different?
The firefighter mentioned. Even with thick concrete, the wooden furniture, clothes, and beddings would have got roasted. Yes, it's exceeding 1000 degrees Celsius.
Everything would catch fire.
Inside, even the curtains remained unharmed. Only the outer glass panes were damaged. This was truly a remarkable miracle.
Also, they also interviewed the German lady. Being psychic, she had many friends with similar abilities. Once, she was chatting with a Vietnamese-American psychic friend, who then said to her that she foresaw fire. However, the psychic said their house would be safe. And her friend also told her that above their house, he saw a huge white light surrounding the entire house and protecting it. People with psychic abilities often see things like this.
It's as if there's a shield protecting the house.
The German lady didn't take it seriously after hearing it. At that time, there was no fire, right?
No one would expect a fire.
She thought it's just a normal kitchen fire accident. So, she wasn't bothered too much. And that's how it went. Then, 2 weeks later, a fire broke out. Everyone evacuated in panic. You only have 90 seconds to leave. Because a house can get burned down in just 15 seconds. It was great if you could leave with nothing but your life. Cars parked at the entrance were burned to shells, just like that.
This also reminds everyone that in case of a fire, no matter the condition of your house, don't take anything, just run.
Yes, save yourself first.
Your life is most important. If you try to grab your passbook or account password, you might miss the chance to escape.
After they escaped, the couple saw in the news that their house survived the fire. So they returned after the fire ceased to look at their house. Remarkably, it stood alone, while the neighbors' homes were all destroyed. Only their house remained standing. They had very mixed emotions. On one hand, they were happy, yet they felt very sad.
Of course, everything burned to ash. Their house. It was a strange feeling in their hearts.
Yes, so at that time, when the lady of the house was interviewed, she expressed these feelings.
Indeed, she first felt sorry to the villagers. Only their house was unscathed.
That's why. This is a clip from the interview at that time. The following year, they were interviewed once more. They were standing on the balcony, feeling very lonely. No neighbors around.
Nothing remained.
It was all ruins.
Yes.
It felt like divine protection over the home.
It's actually the protection of Guanyin Bodhisattva. Now, more than 30 years have passed, let's see how the house is now. It's still there. The whole community has been rebuilt. New houses have been built. This is their front door. This is inside the house. It's a very beautiful and gorgeous big house.
Being situated higher, there's a nice view.
Here you can see a 3-story building.
It has become a famous house.
Yes, it's become a landmark structure. It's a popular spot for photos.
That's fantastic.
So, you see, this house is under the protection of Guanyin Bodhisattva.
All right. There's an ancient novel, Journey to the West.
Yes.
To protect his master from monsters, Sun Wukong would draw a circle on the ground and ask his master to stay in it. As long as he's inside, he's safe. The monsters couldn't harm those staying in it.
The circle repels evil. It's just a circle, not a wall. Why couldn't the monsters breach it?
I think the circle he draws is like a super energy bubble. Yes, it's somewhat like a greenhouse for growing vegetables. The energy circle protects everything in it. Any monster that touches it will feel electrified. But they must not step outside. They're not protected outside the circle. You might think this doesn't make sense, right? The author is just making Buddhist practitioners look more powerful. To make the story interesting, but in reality, you might see it actually happen.
See, the lady's psychic friend saw a white light surrounding their house, protecting it.
Those with the divine eye ability can see things at crucial moments. Remember the rituals when the house was consecrated? The night before disasters befall, those with the divine eye ability can sometimes see the protective white light. It's definitely not visible in normal daylight. The best part of it was, even the grass on their lawn remained green afterwards. Without experiencing a fire at home, you wouldn't understand. Nearby, the fire's temperature exceeded 1,000 degrees. Why is that grass so green?
It should turn into scorched earth long ago.
All the neighbors around it were burnt, yet their place was untouched.
The grass isn't fireproof.
But they withstood the heat. The smoke from the neighbor's house didn't stain the walls of their home. Can you imagine how strong that protective field is?
So we look back at the earlier picture, where the neighbor home on the left was burning. Yet their home was perfectly fine. Think about it. The fire couldn't breach the protective shield. Isn't it like a fireproof shield? So, Master, if that's the case, when we build a house, we must also pray for the protection of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas.
Actually, in ancient times, like in the Agricultural Society of China, and also in Europe, building a house was one of the biggest events in a lifetime. In ancient China, when building a house, the first step was to pacify the land, to pay respect to the spirits, the heavens, and the earth. Secondly, even the evil spirits and gods needed to be appeased. Various spiritual practitioners were sought to perform these rituals. And when building houses, there was also the concern about bad people. For instance, if you had grudges with your neighbors, they might hire capable shamans or sorcerers to put a spell on you.
Right.
You've heard of it, right?
Yes, I heard it happened in Malaysia. A fellow practitioner also told me this. This practitioner suffered from chronic headaches. Later, after practicing with us, he once had a dream, dreaming of Master. In the dream, Master came to his side and pulled out several large nails from his head. I think it's a story from our New York center. He no longer has headaches since then. A psychic told him that his ancestral home was cursed. Someone might have cast a spell on his family. Such situations are common in Southeast Asia, so he went to his ancestral home in Malaysia. Coincidentally, the house was being renovated at the time. Indeed, right in front of the house, under the doorstep of the main entrance, there was a row of nails buried in the ground. Each nail was tied with a red string.
Oh my.
They dug them out.
So evil.
Right.
From what I know, in China, when building houses in the countryside, it's a very serious matter with a somewhat terrifying process. When we build our own house, we hire construction workers, right? If you want to perform a ritual, you need to find the time. The contractors only care about the building part. They get paid for that. They don't care if someone plants something in your house at night. Usually you'd hire some young guys to watch over the house at night. You need to secure the construction site. The place where essential materials like wood, beams, and pillars are kept needs to be illuminated. It's all to make sure no one tampers with anything. Especially around the foundation and the beams. Some sabotage cases cause strange noises and movements in your house. They use small wooden sticks or the dried stems of plants. And craft them into the shapes of little donkeys, snakes, or ghosts. They sprinkle some animal's blood over it and place it at some spot in your house that's under construction. They cover it with mud, leaving nothing visible. After moving in, you might encounter ghosts, or continuously hear donkeys or horses running and screaming inside. If you have a sensitive constitution,
you might lose your mind after a while.
It will continue for years. Even experts can't see through walls. So they may miss that the house is the issue. This is quite a serious matter. When building a house, be cautious of any tampering. But there's also positive tuning that can be done to add protection and blessing. If I place a treasure vase in your house, not only can it protect and bless the surrounding land,
it can also attract wealth.
When it comes to the foundation of a house, some land has underground rivers and channels. I'm not referring to city land. Think back to when most people were farmers. When we were kids, we liked to play this game. My master taught me to use a forked branch to search for water. Our bodies are quite sensitive. You hold the forked branch and walk. You can feel the branch turning left or right and you'd follow. After a couple turns, it will stop and dip down towards the ground. We'll lay it down and dig at the spot where the branch lands. Dig and you will uncover a spring.
It's a way to find water.
That spring water is like a vein. If dug, it flows, but if you pour water, it seeps away. It's like a natural underground pipeline. However, if your underground pipeline gets too large, you'll lose wealth. Feng Shui means wind and water. It's about understanding the surface wind patterns and the underground water flow, as well as the direction of external bodies of water and its relation to your house. In battle, there is a saying, one last stand with the water behind us. The enemy is in front of you and a large body of water is behind you. There's no way out. Is this a good situation?
It's not.
It's very unlucky, desperate even. Now I ask, is having a river behind your house good or bad?
It's bad.
How about a smelly ditch next to the river?
Even worse.
Now you understand. After carefully studying the concepts of Feng Shui, it all makes perfect sense.
Yes.
So, if you can find a master who understands it all, he can help you settle the spirits, evil forces, and ghosts, and maintain the peace. It can even help you gain popularity, wealth, blessings, and virtue. That would be the perfect house. Why do some couples living in that house not have children? The underground water energy is too strong. The wind blows too fiercely.
The children can't hold on.
Perhaps there's a foul-smelling ditch right behind your house. This is all very inauspicious. It drains your energy. Understood?
Yes.
In ancient times, there were different schools of magic and sorcery. For this house in LA, the old man was a Vietnamese monk. He was accomplished in all kinds of spells. He was adept at invoking deities like Guanyin Bodhisattva to protect the house. It's very easy for the Bodhisattva and the house was protected. So to be aware of all those things when building a house is very difficult. Let alone say if the house started with a bad location to begin with. You just managed to afford the house. A good Feng Shui house costs twice as much. Due to poor Feng Shui, you paid $500,000 instead of $1 million. Even at a discount, you still don't want to be unlucky, right? It's very challenging when trying to adjust the Feng Shui. Say you have a smelly ditch behind you and a big chimney in front. It's tough to handle. Even Feng Shui masters are at a loss. Then you must spend a bit of money to fix everything. It's a hard process. There's also a factor of the homeowner's own fortune. For example, you're born under the fire element. Without some great protective energy, the house may catch fire easily. Keeping the house safe for anyone who moves in takes considerable power.
Truly.
It's very challenging. My father was a construction worker, so I know a little bit about it myself. I have some understanding of construction. Studying Buddhism, it also covers fortune, Feng Shui, and such.
Yes.
My father told me that when building a house, you must be cautious. Watch out for sabotage. He loved to make up stories. He used to tell me that you can take some wheat stalks and tie them together a certain way to cause trouble. I doubted it then, but as I grew, I became more fearful. In Chinese folk culture, there are many forms of witchcraft that are extremely cruel. Even with good feng shui, certain items can create problems. It could make people lose their minds, not be able to conceive,
Follow frequently,
or suffer big financial losses. These are all troublesome issues indeed. It's not easy.
Grandmaster, if we suspect that our home is not peaceful because someone has tampered with it, what can we do?
The house is already finished. Should we move out?
Are there other solutions?
There are. It's like you have back pain, using a strong pain relief patch to instantly relieve back pain.
We talked about this yesterday. Buddha statues. If placed at home, they can protect and ward off disasters.
I wanted everyone to come to that answer on their own. You're more direct, but it's true. Buddha is a being that transcends the 6 realms of reincarnation. In our world, the evil and malevolent forces, such as spells, magic, witchcraft, are ineffective when facing him. If we have a powerful master performing a ritual, invoking the protection of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and guardian deities, like the 4 heavenly kings, dealing with spirits and ghosts is easy. Even putting the photo of a cultivation master there would work. A token blessed by a master would also work. You often see in horror movies, people repelling ghosts with crosses
or the Bible.
If they have nothing, the ghost will attack them. Those objects really can be effective.
Grandmaster, the cross, Bible, or our Buddha and Bodhisattva statues. Those with abilities can see it give of light.
That's right, the malevolent spirits see it more clearly. If you're not evil, and you don't have supernormal abilities, you also won't feel its impact. However, when bad things happen, this little thing, with a light unseen by you, will protect you and keep you safe. When I lived in the Qinghai province, there were many cases of finding the reincarnations of great masters known as living Buddhas. To assume this role officially, they had to be recognized by the monastery. The little living Buddha may need to travel hundreds of kilometers to get to the temple. The Tibetan people would follow along the way. They weren't chasing to harm him, no, they were guarding him. They also wanted things from him. The living Buddha is just a child. He will have bodily needs that he can't hold in. They would dig a hole for him to relieve himself. People would offer bribes to his servants and attendants. Everyone was trying to get a piece of the living Buddha, including his bodily waste or the dirt it was buried in. They wanted the blessing. Imagine if it was a bead that the living Buddha touched or breathed on. It would be invaluable. In our understanding, these gestures were priceless beyond measure. They possess immense energy and blessings. We would wear them around our necks. Many Tibetans wore large robes because it's cold there. They would have a very exquisite silver box on them, kept at their side. Inside it contains Buddha statues and items left by the living Buddhas. The box that holds these items, in Tibetan, they're called satsa. Many contain Bodhisattva images. Bodhisattvas care for and benefit all beings. These are incredibly valuable, more precious than beads. They have protective powers. People really believed in them. In modern terms, they recognize the auspicious energy it holds. No matter what, driving, horseback riding, getting married, or buying a house, it'll be auspicious. They want this all-around auspicious protection. The protective effect comes from the collective blessing of the Buddha. For instance, the blessing could be on this ring. Imbue it with energy. The living Buddha touched it before giving it away. He may look like a naive child who is feeling frustrated because he can't run and play like other children. The senior monks that attend to him will coax him. Go ahead and touch it. What seems to be an unintentional act might have created energy. In modern terms, it's the transfer of energy. So, when our house or company has poor feng shui or has been tampered with, there is a way to resolve it.
Thank you, Grandmaster.
What seems like a strong force that can help is, take a look at these in front of me. All the Buddha and Bodhisattva statues we have here often depict different expressions. The wrathful deities directly confront evil spirits. As for the Bodhisattva statues, they protect and conquer evil regardless of heaven, earth, human, or gods. They offer protection and subdue evil, but without aggressive intent. However, their energy is immensely powerful. My master once told me that green Tara can cover the sun with a wave of her hand. That's how strong her energy is.
In reality, their true forms are incredibly vast. What we see is just a representation. Yet it still embodies protective energy.
Take Guanyin Bodhisattva, for instance. Her Dharma body might be larger than the Milky Way. It's incredibly massive. Such powerful energy it holds. Furthermore, mantras and the ritual tools and treasures used are also all full of energy.
Yes.
If in your home, you have one or several of these treasures, it will bring good fortune and protection. It's like having a super disaster-free insurance. Unlike regular insurance, with ours, the disaster won't happen at all. It will protect your life.
Yes.
That's right. Including these jade and wood pendants of Buddha. Wear them if you are prone to nightmares. These are also for protection.
When driving, it's good to have a car pendant and sutras inside the car.
They also provide protection. They are truly effective.
Yes.
When I was a child growing up in my hometown, we encountered many local Tibetans and also Han people with very strong faith. To get a blessed bead from the master was incredibly precious. Like the 9-eyed Z bead my master gave me, and the 13-eyed Z bead. That Z bead is over 500 years old. It's very ancient. It has an incredibly shiny black color. At that time, I was in Tibet, at a place on a street where many merchants often went for trade. It's called Barker Street. It's the street around Jiakhang Temple. When people saw me wearing this Z bead, someone offered 6,800 to buy it. At that time, 6,800 was equivalent to hundreds of thousands in today's money. It was truly precious. My father earned less than 200 a month. That man offered 6,800. I couldn't bring myself to sell it. That's how stubborn I was. Why did you want to buy it?
For the protection it brings. Yes, how much is a life worth? How much is a family's worth?
Back then, in our region, the Tibetans didn't look for how many eyes the Z beads had. They looked at how many dots it had. These dots symbolize where the Guanyin Bodhisattva touched it. So there is a pillar of energy there. Yes. I've never shared this before.
Do our current Z beads have it?
I believe most Z beads do.
Without Grandmaster telling us, we wouldn't know.
I only have one Z bead here today.
How about the one you are wearing?
I have two total here with me. I was only looking around me. I had forgotten that I am also wearing one. This dot here in the middle, see the black dot in the eye. White or black dots all count. So many Tibetans don't look at the eyes. They looked at the dots. That symbolizes the power of the Buddha and Bodhisattvas, especially Guanyin Bodhisattva. It's actually just the design burned on, but they believe it anyway. Also, if your energy is weak, you might not be able to wear powerful Z beads. The energy is too strong.
You would feel dizzy wearing it.
But no matter how dizzy it makes you, it will protect you in all situations. Even when driving half asleep, you'll still be auspicious. So, the dots are what they look for, not the eyes. Now you know. Today, I am also wearing this old Z bead.
The one you wear is particularly smooth.
This one is also quite old, at least 300 years old. Between 300 to 600 years old. Now everyone knows a bit more about Z beads.
It's truly incredible.
I have another interesting story. At that time, many people made offerings to my master. The offerings were made by the local farmers and herders. Some Tibetan people owned land, where they'd use a part to grow vegetables or grains. Eating only beef and mutton wasn't enough. My master would bless the land of those who made offerings. I saw this happen once. Hail fell on nearby fields, but the area blessed by my master had perfect weather. Did the hail know where not to fall?
It was like having a protective shield.
I told my master about it. He smiled and said, "Do the divine not have eyes?" Of course, they do. They've made a clear choice on who to protect. It's not about showing off great power. He says the divine naturally has a choice. It made the family providing offerings very happy. Soon, the neighbors also came to make offerings. After that, hail only fell on the mountains. Isn't it amusing?
Yes, indeed. It's the same cloud, but the hail chose its landing site.
Also, in the past, there was a family of practitioners from the province of Shandong. Their neighbor's house caught fire, and their roof caught fire too. It was dangerous. The fire was spreading on the roof. They were farmers. On the roof, they were drying some crops. They had sorghum and corn husks. All the grains were burned to ashes. Inside the house, everything was fine. They offered to the white-robed Guanyin Bodhisattva at home. And they also had a picture of me too.
It's double protection.
Everything was fine for them. He tried to convince his neighbor to self-cultivate, but they didn't listen.
Well, now they truly believed.
We didn't want the neighbor's house to catch fire. It was unfortunate. He keeps telling everyone he saw this story. The elder sister is especially happy. Thank you, Guanyin Bodhisattva. It burned their house and not ours. I told her not to think like that, and she quickly adjusted her mindset. Many things indeed are protected by divine forces. It truly is incredible. The people I used to protect included my own family. I feel like I've been talking non-stop.
We love listening to your story, Grandmaster. Please continue.
According to the lunar calendar, I was born at the end of 1964. In 1963, before I was born, a reservoir in my hometown in Hebei province was destroyed, flooding the entire area with several meters of water. Our house was in the area. Do you remember the home by the reeds I once painted? This painting depicts our village. Our village was long and narrow, and our house was located in the outermost part of the center. This meant there were no buildings in front of us, while to the right and behind us, especially toward the back, there were many houses. To the right back, there was a large brick house, tall and built incredibly solid. That year, the entire structure collapsed, burying the entire family inside. Only the married daughter who had moved out had survived.
It was tragic.
The whole family suffocated beneath the rubble. By the time I was born and grew a few years older, the ruins were still there, untouched. No one had the time to deal with it, and there was no money to rebuild. With the family gone, who would rebuild it, unless it was sold or given away? But back then, everyone was poor. In the end, no one took care of it, because there were no descendants left to rebuild. What about our house? Our house was made of adobe, not brick. An adobe house?
Not a brick house?
For example, a brick might cost $1, but our adobe bricks were only 10 cents each.
The difference is that bricks don't dissolve in water, but adobe houses do.
Once they get soaked,
they turn back into mud.
Adobe is just unfired earth. That's why it collapses when soaked. Our house was the shortest in the village, entirely made of adobe, not a single brick. Yet, despite everything, our house never collapsed.
That must have been Bodhisattva's protection.
But I remember from childhood that whenever it rained outside, our house leaked inside.
I recall we used bowls to catch the water. After letting the muddy water settle, we would drink the clear part on top, calling it water from the heavens. Yes, Grandmaster told us before.
So when it poured outside, it drizzled inside our home.
But despite this, when the great flood came, our house was blessed and protected. Ah, it's truly moving. But after today's teachings, I think our viewers understand now, even if we didn't invite the divine blessings when building our homes. Or if we bought a house from someone else, it's never too late to do so. Let's take action now and establish protection for our homes, enveloping them in a golden shield for blessings and safety.
It's not just about the house, right? It's about us. More importantly, we ourselves need personal protection. We need to safeguard ourselves.
Exactly. Our cars need protection too. Everything should be safeguarded.
Someone once sent me a sketch of their house, asking for Feng Shui advice. A sketch is far from enough. Use Google Maps to capture the environment within 3 kilometers of your home. This way, I can see mountains, rivers, large buildings, and the Feng Shui relationship between them and your house. Only after that should we look at details, like how many floors your house has, its unit number, and especially which direction the main entrance faces. You should also provide a floor plan and indicate the placement of your furniture, sofa, bed, and other key arrangements. Draw these parts out for me. Only then can I help analyze your Feng Shui and adjust the arrangement to better arrange things at home. For example, where to place protective objects, where to position a treasure bowl, where to set up a Buddha statue. Or if you want to attract wealth or romance, where to place symbolic items.
Like plants.
Yes, exactly. Just having the basic floor plan of your home is not enough. Not enough.
Exactly.
You need to provide a map of the larger area, covering several kilometers. That would be much more effective. So if anyone has special needs, they can contact us. We'll set up a dedicated mailbox for this.
But then Grandmaster will be extremely busy.
We are already overwhelmed with work every day. Maybe once a month, we can help review one house. But you need to provide the details I requested. First, a map of the larger environment within a few kilometers. Then details about your surroundings and household size. Also tell me the gender distribution in your household. Feng Shui arrangements differ, depending on whether there are more girls or boys in the family. It varies.
Yes, wonderful. Today, through this house that survived a massive fire, we have learned so much. The most important thing is the protection of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. The owner of the house, he recited the mantra of thousand-armed Guanyin Bodhisattva. I think our online viewers all want to chant to Guanyin Bodhisattva now, to protect themselves.
What you are seeing now is the statue of thousand-armed Guanyin Bodhisattva. For those who feel your home truly needs more blessings and peace. You can offer thousand-armed Guanyin Bodhisattva at home. Righteousness suppresses all evil, keeping everything in check.
Yes.
There are 4 zodiacs clashing with the Tai Sui god this year. Guanyin Bodhisattva is the guardian for this year. So, especially those who have such needs, may visit Sabian or Bodhi Meditation College to invite a statue of Guanyin Bodhisattva.
Which zodiacs are clashing with the Tai Sui god this year?
Snake, tiger, monkey, pig.
Let me repeat.
Snake, tiger, monkey, pig.
Yes, they are all in clash this year, for those seeking divine protection. You can invite Guanyin Bodhisattva's protection. Invite her home and offer to her, and you will be blessed.
For those 4 zodiac signs, it's best to wear a Guanyin Bodhisattva pendant for protection.
That is the best. Don't wear accessories of your own zodiac sign that won't provide protection. Blessings from Buddhas and Bodhisattvas hold greater power.
We have pendants made from various materials, including sandalwood and jade. Yes.
Look at this statue in front of me. You might not immediately recognize its material. Look here.
Is this the color of wood?
This is wood.
See it?
Yes, it's agarwood.
It's Qin Dynasty agarwood. Made in the early Qin Dynasty, its style reflects the Song and Ming dynasties.
The craftsmanship is so detailed.
Grandmaster, can you still smell its natural fragrance from where you're sitting?
No, it's too old now. This Bodhisattva statue was carved over 300 years ago.
It's so old.
This is called the Guanyin seated in royal ease. She's holding scriptures. It has been offered for centuries. In the past, it was offered by noble prosperous families. Its material brings virtue, wealth, wards off evil, and grounds spirits. It also enhances the positive energy within a home, particularly pure yang energy. If a home is prone to negative energies, or spiritual disturbances, or has an excess of yin energy due to the owners or its geographical surroundings, agarwood and sandalwood are both known for their powerful pure yang energy. Regardless of what form they are carved into, they naturally bring yang energy to balance the yin energy in your home. It serves exactly this purpose. This particular carving
is of Guanyin Bodhisattva holding scriptures.
Guanyin Bodhisattva of perfect ease. It brings abundant yang energy into the home, enhancing positive vibrations, bringing great benefits to your house, and also family fortune and prosperity.
Also blessing future generations with prosperity and lineage continuation, brings academic success, fostering intelligence and wisdom. How wonderful it is, truly amazing.
The value of many treasures lies in our understanding of them, and in having the opportunity to invite and use them.
To offer them.
Yes, so we also seek safe journeys. Our meditation centers celebrate many important festivals. We offer incense blessings for everyone. Bless your vehicles.
And also your clothes.
Traveling on the road is not always easy. To ensure your safe journey, we also provide many auspicious blessings for people. So, everyone is welcome to visit our meditation centers
and participate in these auspicious blessings and ceremonies.
Now, when it comes to chanting, all of us have some difficult matters at home. Many people need blessings and protection. You can write down your wishes. If it's inconvenient, you can write aliases instead of full names. For our friends in China, you can write a nickname or an alias of your own, or if you wish for your friends or family to be blessed. I've reminded you repeatedly. However, some China viewers still put down their real names without hesitation, which is not appropriate. Each country's situation is different. I hope everyone understands my kind intention behind this. Only then can you write your blessings and wishes. We will selectively post them, so everyone can sincerely chant together, bringing blessings and protection to everyone. Chant with the utmost respect and sincerity. Ready to begin. 菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音
菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音 萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音 南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无 南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨， 南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，
All right, let's rub our hands together. Then, gently massage your face. And finally, tap your head lightly. Then, pat your chest. Then take a deep breath. Everyone's chanting is truly auspicious. I can see something incredibly immense, almost like an illusion. Guanyin Bodhisattva, dressed in white robes, sits serenely, just like this sandalwood Guanyin statue. It's immense in the sky, about 100 meters tall. Truly majestic and graceful, offering blessings to everyone. I believe all of our destined friends today will benefit from this. Perhaps those who originally suffered from insomnia will sleep better and no longer have insomnia. Those with back and waist pain will find relief. For those of you having nightmares, you won't have them anymore. For those needing to find a good job, I hope you will find one within this week. I also want to thank friends who sent super chats and those who generously supported our live streaming events. Could you read this for me, Shianka? Is that okay?
Sure, thank you, Grandmaster. Also, a big thank you to our viewers. Doris Ng, SG Changru, Kim Tichuo, Brenda, Chan, Quanshir, Songdan, Sumin, and Gaoyuan. Jean SD, Bison Lumu, Jean Kuanin. Lucky, Jutsai, Zhuanqi, Dandi Jixiang, Zhengfang Jin. Happy YM, Suan, Songwan, Jin Song Shu. Ju Ing, Dan Ling, and our Korean friend. Jean Hongshua, Kelly Ho, Ted, Jaslyn Lee, Putigua. Regina Pe, T. Ren, Ziki Dong Lai, Clara. Jean Dondwan, Ping, Cleo Li, Feng Bi. Jean Xingyue, Qi Zheng, Liang Jiu, Yvonne Ing. Dian Ku, Wan He, Ping, Jean Quan Nan, Jean Quanjin. Zhuan, Xiao Jinren, Yuan Man, Amber. Jean Quan Chao, Ing Po Quan, Tong Peggy, Jean Siru, Xiang Han. TK Li, and Shan, Jean Zhenbu, Zhang Ji Fang, Jean Tan Xian. Jenny Ing, Yim Quan Tang, and Korean netizens. AI and Family, Qingcha, Jacqueline Hui, Feng NH. Guangluan, CT, Teo Qingma, Zhang Shenshen, Yannan, Huang. Hui Ding, Hu Jing, Feang 101, Tiga, Kim, Kim. Jingguang Tan, He Tao, Terence Chia, Lim Wendy. Aiguang, Jennifer Ching. LH, Zhong Baiyu, Runshu.
Runbing, Theodore, Jean Songhan, Pong Serene. Cindy Uy, Chai Yilin. Jean Xiangchen. Lemon Drops, Chu Chu Ji Xiang, Kitty Z. Jimanmoy, Jean Li Xiong, Can Li. Mei Peng Chao. Jean Tibu. I Try So Hard 1491. Qing Xue. Madi Diana Ayanda. Gon Helen, Linda. Joan Chong, Sin Sin, Joanna Han. Jean Anchen, Elena Nicola, and Dan Bay. Grateful to all the online friends.
And thanks to those who sponsor Yushu Home. All are supporting our mission to spread Dharma globally, to benefit all beings. To those who provide significant support, I wish you health and longevity and family happiness.
Received.
May your career flourish.
Received.
May your family be harmonious, prosperous, and wealthy.
Received.
Thank you, Grandmaster. Today we have listened to many stories. We've learned that Guanyin Bodhisattva answers all cries of suffering. We should form a benevolent connection with the Bodhisattva, whether it is for ourselves or for our family members, as Grandmaster just mentioned. To invite 1,000 armed-eyed Guanyin Bodhisattva statue home. Alternatively, We can also guild Statue of the Thousand-Armed Eneyed Guanyin Bodhisattva online. Both are great acts to accumulate merit. Also, a special reminder to online viewers who are clashing Tai Sui in the year 2025. If your zodiac sign is snake, tiger, monkey, or pig, this year we especially need protection from Thousand-Armed Eneyed Guanyin Bodhisattva, who is the guardian of the year. For those in need, you can visit the Bodhi College website to make offerings for yourself and your family. We're very grateful to our Grandmaster.
So everyone can straightforwardly invite a protective talisman to carry with you. These treasures related to the Bodhisattva. Look, here is one that's meant for you. Hurry up and get it. I believe those who act slowly will miss out. There's more for tomorrow.
Tomorrow is Guanyin Bodhisattva's birthday. Our viewers are all looking forward to meeting the Grandmaster live tomorrow. We'll follow Grandmaster in learning and chanting together.
While I was chanting earlier, I received an inspiration from the Bodhisattva. She showed me a small treasure jar. I asked, "What kind of treasure jar is this?" He said it's a jar that gathers wealth and blessings. So I will quickly go to find some small treasure jars among my collections, especially the ceramic treasure jars. They've been collected and blessed for a long time. We hope to find about 10 or 8 of them. I think if possible, I will give away these 10. But I need to quickly find the stock at the bottom of my collection box. Tomorrow, I'll give out 10 small treasure jars to everyone.
Tomorrow, we will be blessed. Thank you, Grandmaster. We are looking forward to it.
Also, tomorrow we'll give out 12 Guanyin Bodhisattva pendants.
Wow, everyone must join us tomorrow. Attend the class and chant together.
Yes, let's see how they are given out.
Are we drawing lucky winners from online viewers?
Probably, otherwise, how do we know who's watching?
Right, sounds good.
I need to know you're watching. Even just leaving a comment saying hello is okay, right?
Today we have to offer well to Buddhas and Bodhisattvas.
So, just leave a comment saying Namo Guanyin Bodhisattva is okay too, right? Just writing this will bring you good fortune. No need to write long, unnecessary messages that take over the entire screen. Posting random content is unnecessary. I also want to remind everyone not to fall for scams. There are many scammers online these days. After every live stream, different scammers show up, saying things like, "I feel a special connection with you. You look beautiful and kind. I'd like to be friends with you." Moreover, in Malaysia, hackers even hack into some sisters' phones. They pretend to be them, but they're actually scammers, saying, "I urgently need money. Just send me over $2,000. By the time the sister found out, 3 people had already fallen for the scam. Be cautious. They also impersonate me, saying I'm organizing an event or building a temple and urgently need money. I would never do that. If I were to do anything, I would boldly announce it to everyone here. We should not do shady things. Earning money is not easy for everyone. Keep a good watch over your money and don't be easily fooled. Don't be greedy for bargains and you won't be deceived. If it looks enticing or promises wealth, be wary. Is it real? You must question it. In this context, we act according to our conscience. And with the blessings of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, we help everyone. Whatever needs to be shared, we will say it openly here. Claims like Master has a special article or Master teaches some secret methods are all scams. All teachings will be openly shared here. Everyone can visit the official Bodhi Meditation College website and our YouTube channel for the latest updates. All official announcements and content will be published there. Whether you consider it a secret or not, everything here is out in the open. You can also follow our Facebook page. Our principles are honesty and transparency. So, while chanting and praying for peace, Always remember, don't be tempted by small gains, and stay cautious against scams. With Buddha in your heart, you can avoid calamities. Alright, I wish everyone happiness and joy.
Received.
Long and prosperous life.
Received.
Guanyin Bodhisattva will love you.
Received.
See you again at the same time tomorrow.
Thank you, Grandmaster.
小小的红点里，人生就此欢喜。我快乐了，我健康了，我幸福了，我美丽了。在茫茫人海之中，让我与你相遇。小小的红点里，人生变得神奇。我智慧了。